It was over 200 years ago that a group of patriots gathered in this city to do something that no one in the world believed they could do. After years of a government that didn't listen to them, or speak for them, or represent their hopes and their dreams, a few humble colonists came to Philadelphia to declare their independence from the tyranny of the British throne. The union they created has endured for 2 centuries, not because we're perfect, but because we've always been perfectible, because each generation of Americans has been willing to stand up and sacrifice and do what is necessary to inch us closer to the ideals at the core of our founding promise: equality and liberty and opportunity for all who seek it. That's how we survived a civil war and 2 world wars, a Great Depression, and great struggles for civil rights and women's rights and workers' rights. And now, Philadelphia, it's our turn. This is a defining moment in our history. Our nation is at war and our planet is in peril. Our economy is in recession. And most of all, we've lost faith that our leaders can or will do anything about this. We don't believe that anyone in Washington is listening to us or standing up for us or fighting for us. And that is why this election is our chance to declare our independence, to declare our independence from the broken politics of Washington, the cynical politics that puts spin ahead of solutions and special interests ahead of our interests, the politics that's all about tearing each other down instead of lifting the country up. Well, I'm not running to be the president who plays the same old Washington game. I'm running to end the game playing in Washington. I'm not running to fit in Washington. I'm running to change Washington. I don't believe we can deliver on the change we're promising if we don't declare our independence from the politics that stands in our way. I don't believe we can take on the lobbyists if we keep on taking their money. That's why I'm the only candidate who hasn't taken a dime from Washington lobbyists or special interest PACs in this campaign. And that's why when I'm president, I won't be answering to the oil lobbyists or the drug lobbyists or the insurance lobbyists. I'll be answering to you, Philadelphia. That's the change we need to reform this healthcare system and to change our energy policy. So we're not still talking about this 4 years from now or 8 years from now or 12 years from now. I don't believe we can bring about real change in Washington if we keep on telling everybody what they want to hear instead of what they need to know. I don't believe we can bring about change if we don't declare our independence from the politics that exploits our differences and inflames the divisions in our country, the politics that feeds on fake controversies and distractions, where you keep track of how many points you score on your opponent instead of how many problems you solve for the American people. That may make for good headlines and good television, but it doesn't make for good government. It doesn't bring down the price of your gas or your health care premiums. It doesn't help you pay for college or bring your loved one home from Iraq. Our party, the Democratic Party, has always been best when it led not by politics but by principle, not by calculation but by conviction. When we've had leaders who could rally the nation around a common purpose, a higher purpose, And I am running for President of the United States because that's the party that we need to be right now. That's the change that we need right now in America. That's why I'm running for President of the United States of America. It's time to turn the page and write a new chapter in American history. Get the chance to help bring about the change that we need right now, Philadelphia. Here in the city and the state that gave birth to our democracy, we can declare our independence from the politics that has shut us out and let us down and told us to settle. We can declare our independence from the politics that puts the oil companies and the drug companies and the insurance companies in charge of the decisions that impact our lives and our children's lives. We can declare independence from the say anything, do anything politics that's all about how to win and not why we should. That politics that exploits our differences instead of speaking to our common concerns and our common destinies as Americans. We can do all of these things, but only if we declare our independence from the cynicism and the doubt that tells us that change can't happen, that tells us we've got to settle for something less than what we know is possible in America. I understand this cynicism. I know you've been disappointed by politics and politicians so many times before. I know how hard change is. We began this race as an underdog, and we're still an underdog here in Pennsylvania. But as hard as change is, as easy as it is to just get up and walk away, I also know that generations of patriots have faced down greater challenges and emerged stronger and more prosperous and more united than before. We can do that right now. But it will take all of us, Democrat and Republican, young and old, rich and poor, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Native American, gay, straight. It will take a movement like we've built in this campaign, a movement of millions of Americans going door to door, neighborhood to neighborhood, block by block, county by county, state by state, contributing whatever they can to change this country. In 4 days' time, we can take another step forward right here in Pennsylvania. In 4 days, if we are willing to shed our cynicism and our doubts and our fears, if we're willing to believe in the possibility of America again, if we're willing to follow in the footsteps of our founders and declare our independence from the politics that stands in our way, then I believe that we won't just win this primary election. We won't just win in Pennsylvania. We will win all across this country. We will win the general election in November. We will change this country. We will perfect this union. We will keep this country's promise alive for the 21st century. You and I together will change this country and change the world. God bless you. God bless America. Thank you, Philadelphia.